Hello, thanks for joining me once again. And this particular video is about finding a mortgage after a divorce. Uh, I speak to a lot of divorced individuals weekly, and the interesting thing is that I don't understand it, but it seems like uh, everyone's ruined each other's credit. One person was supposed to pay the bills, they didn't do it. Both the individuals that are going through the divorce now have destroyed credit. And if it wasn't difficult enough to find a mortgage after being divorced, now it makes it even harder when you've got poor credit situations. So there are various reasons why you'd be looking to get a mortgage after a divorce. One would be that one spouse is left with the property, but this person needs to refinance to get the ex-spouse off of the mortgage. That's a very common one. Another one is that they've divorced, they've sold their current home, and both need to buy a new house. And the other one is one spouse is retaining the home, and the other ex-spouse is now having to buy his or her new place and needs to qualify for a mortgage. One of the difficulties you have in finding and qualifying for a mortgage after a divorce is in many instances, not all, you have a situation where one spouse was a homemaker and this person hasn't been working for the past 2 years, maybe has a really good job now after the divorce process had started. This person is now out in the workforce, maybe has 6 solid months of employment, but doesn't have the typical 2-year work history that is required to qualify for most mortgages. So that's one problem. The other one is maybe one spouse is having to pay alimony and or child support, and that's making the ratios not work because of these big payments are recorded, and they need to be taken into consideration during the DTI calculation. And now this person, it can't qualify for the mortgage with the other monthly debt payments in the calculation. So now what I want to say is that there are options for you. I'm actually working with a couple of lenders to develop a unique program where you would get an exception for the 2-year work history, and or the alimony and child support will be calculated differently in your DTI to help you to qualify for a larger mortgage. So that's the good news there. If you think that you might need help in that area, just leave a comment below or fill out the form on the website, and we can have a conversation about what your options are. What you're going to need, though, is as good a credit as possible. So make sure if you're going through a divorce right now that you take care of your credit, that no matter what's happening between yourself and your ex, that you both at least agree that you both need to make sure that your credit is in good standing, so that way both of you can move on with your lives. Otherwise, it's just going to make it that much more difficult. So once again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll speak to you next time.